It's hot in here.
Hi, and welcome to Supercharge Your Health. I'm Suzanne, and for those of you watching the video, you can't see me. I'm off camera because we've got lots of toys and crystal bowls and stuff today to play with, so I needed to be off camera so we could have room. And you can reach, I'm with Discount Med Direct. You can reach me at 941-421-7155. I am at 2414 Tamiami Trail in Port Charlotte, Florida.
And I am Beth Annie Stockdale. We're here at your Total Body Wellness Center, which is located at 800 East Venice Avenue, Suite C, Venice, Florida, 34285. We are here with crystal bowls. I am so, again, I know, I'm going to be like the little kid today because by the end of this hour, I'm just going to be like a puddle. Supercharge Your Health is all about, no, the camera's over here.
Yeah.
The Supercharge Your Health is all about opening your mind up to new modalities that will optimize your health. And we've got a very special guest today that I will let Suzanne introduce.
This is someone that I've known for a long time. I actually bought one of my crystal bowls from him. I have, I think, 4 or 5 now, and I have a couple of the Tibetan bowls as well. This is Mr. Robert Austin, and he is a sound healer. I'm going to let you take it away. Tell us about how you got here, and we'll go from there. If we have questions, we'll ask.
Thank you. I'm Robert Austin. And let me correct you. You said toys. These are not toys. These are healing tools. And so when you are ready to open up and work with these tools, it can do amazing things. Sound is just phenomenal. Deepak Chopra, let me start with that. Someone had sent me an email, and it basically said that the body is composed of sound. And when there is dis-ease in the body, there's a lack of sound. So my philosophy is you need to tune the body up. So you go to a concert, and it's very relaxing. So if your spouse is falling asleep, your husband, you're knocking him like that. And it's a beautiful concert, symphony orchestra. So it can relax you, be very meditative, and also it can make you dance. So there's a lot of different things that sound can do, and it's been centuries and centuries, from drumming to all kinds of throat singing, verbalization. It's amazing what they can do. So how I got started in this is, a lot of people ask me, well, it sounds bizarre, but all I can tell you is I lived in Miami for 25 years, and I was a corporate chef for the CEO of 2 different banks in Miami. And they were some of the movers and shakers, and it was just amazing. I had carte blanche in whatever I was creating. It all emanated from the heart of the best of best. And people were satisfied, and the artistry that was involved in the presentations were just amazing. And I hit 50, the age of 50. And the hardest thing was to tell my mother that I'm not going to be a chef any longer. And I said, I'm going on my spiritual path, and I'm doing Reiki. And I became a Reiki master, and then I went to a crystal bowl concert. Friends really encouraged me to go. And coincidence, 2 weeks prior, I was asking Spirit, I'm ready to open the next door on my healing path.
There you go.
And what happens? I see this concert, I'm in it, everybody is in meditation, sleeping, restfully, eyes closed, and I had the biggest eyes. This lady was beautiful, and all these sounds from the crystal bowls, I've never heard anything like it. Well, that was the beginning. And I infused 1 crystal bowl with the energy of the healing with Reiki. It was just amazing. It was amazing. I won't go into details, but the bowls have been teaching, and they will speak to you. They are not for chips and dips or fruit.
Not anymore. You're not a chef anymore.
No. But if you get a bowl, you do not put them in there. They become best friends. So there's different types of bowls.
I was going to say different types, different sizes, different sounds.
As we have the chakras here. There are different colors, and I always knew of the chakras and the colors and all, but I didn't know there were notes.
Okay.
So there are notes that are associated with it. So the root chakra is the note of C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And there's sharps. And the sharps are referring to the different glands in the body.
All right, so I'm going to stop you right there because we did a couple different episodes where we went through the chakras and the notes. But when we first met and you talked, let me back up. So when we explained the chakras, depending on where somebody's coming from, if they're coming from a metaphysical mindset, or it might be easier for them just to think of them as energy centers or your major organs and your major glands. Now, what you described was whole notes.
Yes.
As the chakras. And then you mentioned the sharps. This is very interesting to me. So what are and if anybody knows a piano, the white keys are the whole notes and the black keys are the sharps. That's the easiest way to explain it. So they're the ones in between the two whole notes.
The chakra set of bowls is composed of 7, like the 7 chakras.
Okay.
In actuality, if you wanted to get a full set, it's 12 bowls.
Oh, okay.
So you would have the D sharp is just below the navel, and that is your second chakra, and it is referred to the adrenal glands. And then you're going up into the body and you have your heart, which is the note of F. When you go just below the throat, right here, thymus, that is the F sharp. Now, then you're going into G. G sharp is right behind, it's at the occipital. And that is the gland, the pituitary. And then you go to A, which is your third eye, and just slightly above it is called the pineal gland.
And that's very interesting because I think the bowl I got from you is a D sharp. And
It's a wonderful bowl.
I've had adrenal issues for years. So that makes sense as to why that one spoke to me when you showed it to me.
So the way you're explaining it, there is a slight difference then between the energy center associated with the chakra and the gland that's associated with it. See, I learned something.
And the final one, you have a low C, it's the first chakra, and then the high crown is about 1.5 to 2 feet above the head, and that is your C sharp. And that is a wonderful bowl for anybody who is in the healing arts, and we have that right here. The bigger the bowl, the more lasting of the sound and frequency, as opposed to a smaller bowl. You'll have to play it a little bit more frequently. But a larger bowl, this happens to be 11 inches. And it's just so beautiful.
And for those of you that are listening to us on the podcast, what is that called?
This is a mallet. It's a suede mallet that most of the bowls come with.
So basically you took the suede mallet and you describe for the people that are listening on the podcast what you did and how many times you did it.
When you use how to play a bowl, is that divide it into 4 quadrants like a clock. So if it's facing me, this would be 12, 3, 6, and 9. So a lot of people, they're just so excited when they get their first bowl, they don't listen. And so I tell them, hold the mallet about 1/3 of the way down. Because if you hold it up here, you're going to be playing it and it's not going to be working that well, and you're going to say it doesn't work for me. Because you lose control, you become very wristy. Well, being a chef, you have to incorporate and use your whole shoulder and go around the rim. So let's begin on a 45-degree angle. All the sound is at the rim of the bowl. You don't want to play the belly of the bowl because you're not going to get the sound as much. So 45-degree angle, that's 6. Gently tap it and then let it merge at 9. It'll go on and on.
Right. But for our podcast listeners, they don't realize that you're still not playing it.
I think you get a little bit of the sound of the mallet going around, so I think you probably will tell that, but yes.
That is just amazing. Oh.
Then here is a B, a crown. This is in 9-inch bowl. A lot higher. I tell people I first got my first bowl, I'd get up in the morning and I would tap it and say good morning and go around just once. And what corresponded is I'd go into the kitchen, make some coffee. You train your ears for that pitch.
Okay.
And you're learning another language. That could be foreign to you. It's like Chinese or something. And you just have to work with the sounds and vibrations of a foreign language. This is another language also. And it is amazing. Now this one here is a D bowl. And in doing so, this is a clear glass one. These are composed of silica. It is like sand. It's like you're at Siesta Key. It is such a fine grade of sand. It's like powder going to the beach there. It's so beautiful. And they will take it and melt it down to thousands of degrees, and then they pour it into molds of various sizes, and then they work with that, and they have to clean them, the molds, and they create these bowls. Way back around 1968, the story is these bowls came into existence. And what transpired is this was the beginning of the computer age. They were growing crystals. These were just plain hosts. And what would happen is that they would put some type of aqueous solution and it would grow crystals inside, and then they would cut the crystals and harvest them. And after a couple of generations of crystals for the word processors, because there was no computer chips, believe it or not, because we're so advanced, more so, and you can't imagine in many years from now there's probably no computer chips, who knows. And so they would take these bowls and discard them. And people were saying, no, don't do that. There's sound that comes out of it. So it was a whole new industry that was created. There are some of those old bowls back from the late 60s, 70s that are still around.
Wow.
And it's just amazing. So,
yeah, I would have never guessed that had been around that long.
No. All right. So I wasn't aware that there was glass bowls too.
There's colored glass. A different pitch. The quality is so beautiful. It's a higher frequency when you're playing it with the glass. They're just beautiful. It's another language. So I'm going to stop it. I was doing a concert down in Fort Myers, and I started doing this with the bowls. And there was a professional violinist. I don't know if I can do it on this.
Now that's a violin bow, right? That
Yes.
you would use to play a violin, so the podcast people know what he's using.
More angelic, more spiritual. So we're professional violinists with the symphony orchestra in Naples, and in because they would travel all over the Southwest and then some. And she came from Poland, and she says to me, "You have just blown my mind, and everything I learned professionally in school, you have just blown my mind." She goes, "I didn't know that this can do that. There's just no way." I said, "Well, after the concert is over, you come in and play all the bowls with the violin bow that I have. It is an amateur one. I mean, it's not a professional one, but there's some that are more refined." And she was just amazed by it. So no one has ever told me that you can only do this and play the bowl with just this particular mallet, which is given to you with the bowl and a ring.
With the bow on.
Because it sits there, if you put it on a floor, you can break the bowl. If it's on marble, the bowl can shatter because you just don't know the vibration. And it's amazing.
Right.
And when you acquire a bowl, you need to have them separated at least 12 inches apart from the next bowl. And sometimes when you're playing one bowl, there's another bowl that's playing all by itself. And it's in harmony with that bowl. And it's happened to me during concerts, and I'm like, what bowl is singing? I haven't even played those, and they're already singing by themselves.
They're picking up the frequency and the vibration.
Yes.
They're picking up the vibration. I was in at a dinner party, and then there was a gathering after the dinner party, and someone brought bowls, and we went into a swimming pool. And
Yes.
they submerged the bowls like halfway into the water, and then we were in the water. That was just amazing because you could feel the vibration in the water. And
Correct.
yeah, that was just...
So I told a lady, she goes, "Well, I have two dilemmas, and I can't figure it out." And she says, "I'd like to buy a bowl." So she bought the bowl. She does turtle patrol
Oh, cool.
on Siesta Key. Early in the morning, she's up and she's teaching others to do this, check the nests and find them and mark them, etc. So I said, "Bring your bowl, and then what you can do is go into the Gulf of Mexico."
Wow, how magical.
And so I said, "And play it in the water." So I said, "Put some of the Gulf water in your bowl." And she said to me, she came back 2 weeks later, and she goes, "Oh my God, Robert, what had transpired? It's amazing." I shouldn't say this, but what she's telling me, because she said she put it in the water, she went waist high, and there she is, she's playing the bowl, and the water all around her body turned silver. All the silver minnows were swarming around her because of the vibration of the bowl. So she had it like at water level, and she was playing it at water level, and all these fish were just swimming, not touching her. I said, "Were they nibbling at your feet?" Because they have those.
Right.
Yeah, the treatment.
So she goes, "No, they didn't touch me. They just swarmed all around me." And I said, "Promise, do not tell fishermen this, how to catch bait. No,
I wouldn't even
don't
know
do
that.
this."
I would be worried that there would be other bigger fish.
They would come after the little
Oh,
fish.
Yeah.
that comes next.
Oh, okay.
We're not going to talk about that.
Then she saw 45 minutes ago when she was doing turtle patrol, the dolphin. The dolphin was 12 feet away from her. It came an hour before or wherever it was swimming all this time. It just came to her and that vibration, and it was just jumping around, and she goes, "I knew that was the same dolphin." It was just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I told a friend of mine, and he bought a bowl, and he went out to Boca Grande. And it was very secluded. He took his bowl, and not many people were around, And all of a sudden, he's playing it, and he was petrified. All of a sudden, the stingrays were shooting out of the sand.
I see a road trip in our future.
I see a road trip in our very future.
All he thought was of the gentleman who had died of the barb down in
That's if you step on it. Yeah.
down in Australia.
Yeah, that's what happens when you step on
The
it.
famous guy.
Right.
And
I see a road trip.
I said, all you have to do next time you do this is stamp your feet, and they're going to be leaving. But he just held his breath and just like, I'm going to die. Oh my God.
See, he had the wrong attitude. All right, so tell us about this big bowl.
This is what I do to a lot of people.
This is what you do to a lot of people. And he's going to do it to me. I'm so excited.
It can heal the body in many ways, and it can release stress, etc. So I'm not going to say more.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is just put this closer to you.
Okay. Or I can scoot down.
Just move your legs to one side.
Use some of your
Very good. Now stick your
flexibilities.
feet inside the bowl. I didn't bring my
I have shorts on, people. Don't get excited.
I normally put booties on you and stuff, but I didn't bring them in. Anyways, take a nice deep breath. Everybody has the ability to heal their body, but some people are just lazy, and they would rather bring their body to a doctor and say, "Fix me." Wherever you are feeling discomfort. Pain to me is a bad word. I refer to it as stuck energy. You have the mind. You're not using it to its fullest capacity. You must talk to that area in your body, say the neck or the shoulders. And you must talk to it. Instead of saying, "Oh, I slept wrong last night," and "Oh, my aching shoulder, it's killing me today." Don't do that. Verbiage is really bad. Correct it and say to your body, send love to it. So if there's anything that is bothering you in your torso, all you have to do, you have two exits near your hands and your feet. So let's divide the body in half. If there's anything from like the chest up, neck, head, upper back, shoulders, chest, arms, you're going to release it through your hands. So first, you have to send love to that area. And then the second step is give yourself a roadmap in your mind's eye. And imagine that this stuck energy is going to leave from your head, your neck, your upper back, down to the shoulders, to the elbow, to the wrists. And then with your breath work, you are going to release it with pranayama, your breath work. You're going to release it right out through your fingers. So what I want you to do now is to take a slow, nice, deep inhalation. You're sending love, and you're going to expel it all at once, such as it's a little wimpy. Sorry.
we just called the personal trainer wimpy.
We want a good deep breath.
Richard, the guy that taught us how to breathe, said I was
So you need to fill up the lungs to capacity any way you want. Bring it up from your abdomen all the way up and then expel it. Let all the air out of your lungs. One more time. breathing.
Okay.
So now we're going to go and release through your feet.
Okay.
All right, you're going to breathe through your body and out your feet. So if there's anything in your spine, which begins in the head, all the way down to your tailbone, if there's anything bothering you, any discs, vertebrae, nerve endings that might be compromised, you're going to send love to your body. Anything in the first and second chakras, the hip area, send love. Surround it with love and light. And then let it flow down to the knees. This love down the calves to the ankles. And you're going to release it through your toes. So send love to your body. Number one. Give it that road back. Number two. And number three. Inhale. A nice full deep breath. And now expel it and out. Direct it out through your toes. We're going to do it one more time. Send love. Inhale. Release and let go. And now we're just going to let it subside. I'm trying to teach this to many people, and the ability that can happen is releasing of the fascia. And that is that thin coating. It's like fascia is like when you boil an egg and you're peeling the outside off and there's a little thin membrane. And then it's the egg. That thin membrane is like fascia in our body. So, what I want you to do is remove one foot out of the bowl. Let me just take this because we don't want styrofoam all over. And then the other foot, just lift it up, and I'm going to move the bowl so you can sit. All right. What I'd like you to do is, if you can, just stand up and just walk here and see what your body feels like. Take a deep breath.
A lot of balance.
Sometimes people tell me that they have never taken a breath that much. It's like it expanded and it released the fascia. Normally I have people walk around in a room all the way around in total silence, and they walk like a monk, baby steps, and just feeling
because you're
and just feeling what it's like to be using your body. Do you feel anything?
My calves feel like
Is there a lightness or heavy?
lightness.
Good.
Yeah. When we first started, my ears popped.
Okay.
Both of them, when we first started, both of my ears just started popping. And this happened, the last time this happened, I was up at the Village Mystic, and Shaman Jeff took
Yes.
me into the room with all the Native Americans.
Correct.
When
I was
he-
watching that.
Okay, when he took me into the room and shut the door, my ears started popping. And it was
Interesting.
like they did right here.
What did that mean for you?
I know.
Was there a
Basically,
connection?
it's an open. There was an opening
Good.
within me, and then it's when I was in the room that I immediately felt like somebody was hugging me. And he's like, what Shaman Jeff told me was that the spirits were welcoming me. I said, I can't. This is what happens now. I can't talk, but that's what was happening there. So and then with the feet, it felt like any heaviness that was in my calves just drained out. Like I don't feel like I have calves right now. like I don't have muscles there. That's why when I stepped, it was like almost like I was off balance. But there's a lightness there. That's amazing.
Well, if you had more room and be walking around, and then you would have had more experience. So that's going to come later.
Okay.
I was doing it to one lady one time, and this girl, she was about 19. She goes, "Why are my legs so heavy? They weren't that way before." And she goes, "My calves are so heavy, my legs are so heavy." I said, "Let me ask you this. Do you have a job where you're on the computer all day long?" "Yes." "And do you have the cell phone and you're on the cell phone too? And you go home after work and you're home on your computer, cell phone, gadgets, iPads. You're still, all your energy is here. It's stuck."
Oh, okay.
This is the first time that your body is being balanced. So you are now grounded. The next question I asked her, I said, if you see a banana peel on a sidewalk or a crack in the sidewalk, do you have the potential of tripping and falling? She goes, "Yeah, I'm a klutz." I said, "No, you're not. Think about this. It's your body saying you need to ground, and you're like this. I'm not hearing you. Your body is trying to communicate with you, and it needs some help, and it needs to be balanced. So all your energy is in your head. Now you feel grounded because you don't take time to walk by the water, to go into a park, the green space, the green energy. And that is so important. Or go outside and trim a bush, some flowers, branches, whatever it is. You'll help clear your mind and you become grounded.
Well, and the other thing is too, and I do morning affirmations, and I talked about this very thing the other morning, is our natural rhythms as creatures of this earth are out amongst the other creatures of the earth. Our natural rhythms are with the water and with our feet in the ground, and that's where we're getting our energies and our frequencies, not in these artificial buildings that man built. Right? With all of our EMFs and whatever that are in these buildings, our natural rhythms and frequencies are out there in nature. Who would benefit from this foot treatment like you just did to me?
I've seen miracles. There was a lady one day.
Wait a minute, before, and I'm going to try to just keep you narrow focused.
Thank you.
What conditions would this help?
It has helped people with lower back issues of sciatic.
Okay.
Being able to breathe more so. There was a gentleman, he told me, I don't ask what you have, because to me, you'll reply, "I have."
And you're
And that
owning
means
that. Yeah.
I don't want to let go.
Right.
And what happened to this gentleman, he came back a year later and he says, "Oh, you're still here, that's great. I've been talking about you for the last year. I've had shingles for several times." And he says, "I went into the bowl with not expecting anything, and my shingles, even though sometimes they're gone visually, there's a lot of repercussions still inside, nerve endings, still painful." And he says, "They're all gone." So this can relax the body on another level.
Because shingles is activation of nerve endings.
The other profound one is
Okay.
neuropathy.
Well, we have a theme today.
Yeah.
Right.
Neuropathy. People
Okay.
have put their feet in here
Okay.
due to heavy usage of doctor-prescribed medications. Sometimes whatever the dis-ease is in the body, it can numb the feet. Also, a lot of people who have had surgeries and they have been on chemo, what happens is they have this numbing and they have no sensation in their feet.
So it's opening up
And this
those
can help
pathways.
open
Okay. Is it the meridians or is it different pathways?
channels and meridians
Yeah.
as well. It's clearing them
Okay.
is one aspect you can say. It could be
Okay.
doing that. Some people are just nervous and it relaxes them.
See, and I have the opposite reaction. It does not relax. I mean, I guess it relaxes me, but it also energizes me.
All right.
And that's
This
true.
is a good segue then. because you're going to do another treatment on Suzanne. So let's go ahead and switch.
So I would like to finish up with the crystal bowls before
Yes.
we go into the Tibetan.
Oh, okay.
And I am going to put this handle bowl. This is a beautiful instrument. It's a beautiful healing tool. And people who have difficulty with their hands, arthritic conditions, problems of not being able, let's say they can only do this. And what happens is that once the bowl is played several times over them, it kind of helps release and breaks up that crystalline or calcium deposits. It relaxes the hand, and then all of a sudden they like, I can do this. I couldn't do that before.
So they can close their hand.
They can. There is more flexibility
You keep it upright, or you put it down over their hand.
over their hands.
So you put it. They would hold their hand up, and you would put it down over the top
After a treatment, I tune you up, and what happens is I do this work, and about 6 or 7 times I'll go over your hand, playing it, go over the hand, and you are lying there, and you are feeling it shooting up into your chest, maybe your head. Nobody is touching you. This is all done with vibration. Another with your breath being released. It can go into the abdomen, shoot down the leg, and maybe it goes and shoots out the foot. It's an energy, it's your chi, your life force that is moving, and there's no more blockages. It's just an amazing tool, not a toy. So, what I'd like to do is to put the bowl and just scan your spine once or twice.
Are you doing that to me or her?
I'll do to either or.
Go ahead.
All right.
And I'll do the
Okay, yes.
I'll do the Tibetan
Do
bowl.
you want me to kneel? I mean, am I on
No.
camera?
No,
at
I
this
can
point?
I can tip it back a little bit and get you guys in.
Robert, where would you like me?
Just face that way. Yes, perfect.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Did you feel anything?
My throat. It got hard. As soon as you started, I could feel like, so whatever, my throat chakra, what note is that? Or don't we know?
That's the same note. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Coincidence?
Yeah. No, there's no coincidence.
She knows.
I know.
She's been on a throat chakra thing for
Yeah.
month
Yeah,
now.
my throat immediately felt like it was a rock right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did
Now
you feel...
that's throat or is that thyroid? What note is that?
G, throat.
Throat, okay.
There are certain... You can go along with the chakras, the notes of the chakras with the crystal bowls. But when we go into Tibetan bowls, it's a bit different because they have a different way. The crystal bowls are very high angelic energy. So it clears negativity, So let's say a yoga instructor is playing. At the very beginning, they're playing a bowl just to get everybody in sync and getting ready to meditate and work with their bodies. They are clearing whatever negativity or stuck energy that they have walked in with. And what happens is at the very end, the instructor will play the bowl again. So what is happening during yoga? You are releasing. Mm-hmm. You're letting go of stress, etc. And sometimes it lingers in the room. And so people believe in doing sage or Palo Santo, which is wonderful, but I don't deal with that because the bowls, it's a high vibration, because with sage, a lot of people have sinus conditions.
There's a respiratory
asthma.
element to it, yeah.
Yes. So that's why I don't care to do that.
Right.
So when you're working with the bowls will do that automatically. It's a high vibration. It clears because lower energies cannot handle this vibration. So did you feel anything on your spine?
Nothing on my spine, just right.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yep.
Very interesting. Sometimes this bowl, when going up and down on the spine, can push people forward. And you can see them rocking back and forth. And it's like, whoa. And I said, that's what it's making you do that? It's amazing what it does. Excuse me.
All right. So let's go ahead and switch places.
What we'd like to do now is I'm just going to move these crystal bowls over. And I'd like to introduce you to the Tibetan bowls. The Tibetan bowls are the true healers of the physical body. Because when they work on you, they're going deeper than what a massage therapist can do for a person. You need massage. It is so important because people need that touch and need to help break up different things. And that is just amazing. But when a massage therapist incorporates the Tibetan bowls, it's a wonderful energy. So they all have different notes. These bowls here are the healing bowls. There's two kinds of Tibetan bowls. The first one is when you play a bowl and you go around with a mallet. This is not the example, but this is very soft. All the vibration, these are healing bowls. All the vibration is going into my hands and going up to my shoulder. So, these are more expensive. They're hand hammered. There's dents on them. They're being hand hammered. There's a lot of commercial ones that are Tibetan bowls that when you play it with the mallet, the vibration and sound goes up and out of the bowl, and then it fills the room, great for meditation. So if you're trying to clear, that could be another way of doing it.
Now, there are two different types of bowls. One's that the energy goes into the person playing it versus...
It will be going onto the body.
So there's two different types of bowls.
Yes.
So it's a difference between hand hammered and
machine.
Okay.
All right, that little bowl that is mine that is sitting on the table.
This is hand hammered. So. You see all the dents and stuff?
Right.
But they can have those, but this might be... The voice of the bowl is coming up and out.
Okay.
It's filling the room. So it has a higher voice. Now if I play it with a suede, okay. Alright, this is good. It might not be as piercing or sharp. Softer. But the voice is still coming up and out of the bowl.
And you can feel it.
Yeah.
It's like doing a thing for your ears. It has a shrill.
Right.
Well, and
It's
that,
much
you
more
can
piercing.
feel the vibrations of the bowl, where when you played the first one, I couldn't feel it coming out towards me as
Okay.
So, this here is a bowl. It's a very beautiful bowl. Very artistically done. This is a design of Tara. And Tara in India comes in different colors. This is green Tara. So you play the bowl, you don't play it like this, a bowl, because then you're going to grab your fingers and you're going to muffle it if you do this with your fingers. So you don't want to put it on the palm. You want to put it on your fingers like this.
With an open hand.
on the tips of
Open
your
hand.
fingers more.
Just like a crystal bowl, you're going to divide it into 4 quadrants. Tap it, and then merge at 9 o'clock. Different shapes vary, and the notes vary. I look for the healing bowls. This is about a 12-inch deep.
Do the notes correspond with the chakras again, or no?
It's a little bit different
with the Tibetan bowls.
with the Tibetan bowls. Yes, it does, but you can follow that as a rule of thumb, but I say don't. Because if you're a healer and you're using them, because this could be on your body and it's working in one area, but yet it won't work in another area. It is not needed, that frequency. And you can use this bowl all the time, and then all of a sudden there's one person, he goes, it's not me. I'm not the bowl for that person. So you would have to find another note.
Got
And
it.
these are all our different notes.
So the different sizes of bowls, for those of you on the podcast, the different size bowls are different notes.
Yes.
All right,
Some
and
are
so
high. So what I like to do, normally at the beginning of a session that I do, you'd be lying down on a table and a bowl. We start off with a Tibetan bowl on your abdomen. I usually put these pads down just like this so that it doesn't slide.
And he's got
All
just little, like,
Rubbermaid kind of things you would put underneath.
These are very expensive. They're 4 for $1 at
Yeah,
the dollar store.
they look like the rubber things you use to open jars with.
yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly, that's what it is.
got it.
So I like it because it's the size of a bowl,
There
and
you go.
so a lot of people have like a rayon or a silk and things like that. So you don't
Definitely
want it
what I
to
have
slide, and your bowl can fall and it can crack.
All right, so you're going
So-
to have Suzanne lay down.
Normally, this table would be out.
Well,
So what you can do is, if you can, just lie down, and we're going to work on your back. Oh, perfect.
Perfect.
yes, I'm a little short person, so.
That's great. We're going to do it on your neck. So just move your hair a little bit in the back.
So for our
Perfect.
podcast listeners, Suzanne is laying down on her stomach, and Robert is putting the rubber mat things on her upper, between her shoulder blades actually, and then one right on her lower back.
And normally I would put one at the knees. This would be a stronger, it's bigger, but it's a deeper tone. And what this is doing right now is going into the second chakra, the abdomen, the solar plexus. Certain bowls will do certain specific things. What I've discovered is that certain notes, it's about your intention. Certain notes, say for instance you're dealing with the issue of IBS, The bowl, when played on your abdomen, will start to go into the digestive area, and then it'll go into the hip area and down the legs, relaxing the intestines. Other bowls will be played on the abdomen, and they will go up to the heart, maybe to the throat, third eye. So the smaller bowl that's on the scapula is very light, very mild, but it's still going in. Going to remove it. We're going to switch the bowls. This is the A note, going in a bit deeper than the other, definitely. Going into the heart, going into the lungs, especially if there's congestion or you just had a bad cold. It's going to knock the alveoli, shake them, and get rid of a lot of that mucus that might be adhering into the alveoli of the lungs. This is the note of G at the hip area, lower back. And when you have 2 to 3 bowls on your physical body on the back, and this is when I finish doing a session, these bowls will be on your back. I tell the client that you can now become any flavor of Jell-O you want to be, because you turn into mush, meaning that you are so relaxed, this vibration goes so deep into your body that even it goes to areas, wider areas than what a massage therapist can get to. And it's very subtle. And it goes so deep into the body. You just want to go to sleep. It's fun when I have a person who's really tall. I can put about 4 bowls on them.
So how long would a session like this typically take?
With all the tools that I use, about an hour, a good hour 15 minutes, something like that. It can go a little bit longer. Then I'm going to just move the bowls. So I don't do massage. It is done by the vibrations of the bowls. So it's a tune-up. And people ask me, how often should I have this done? I said, I will never tell you how often. It's like, does anyone tell you how often do you get a massage? You have to see how your body speaks. Ask your body. Talk to your body. Communicate to it. So this sheet, in a full session, you'd be good to go for 5,000 miles. What is that? 5,000 miles means that you could be using it in a month. You could be very fast-paced person and you can use up all that energy in a short period of time, or it might last longer for some people, or maybe you just need it once in a lifetime, a tune-up. But this is like a gift to your body. It's like thanking it for all it has done for you. It's another level that you need to communicate with your body and not just shower, put clothes on, and run out the door and go to work.
Well, the way I see this is, and it takes all of us, we come to a realization at a different point in time where we need to clean up, detoxify, cleanse our bodies, and then really take care of them. That this would be an integral part of the rebalancing part of that. Especially now that we're all boosting our immune systems and cleansing and rebalancing, that this procedure and the one that you did with me would be integral parts of that, getting our bodies back into balance. And then it would be easier then, to keep them in balance.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Suzanne,
My-
are you still with us?
Yep.
Philosophy is that you're tuned up now.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I would put this bowl with pads on her feet. And when that goes on the feet and it is played with a bolster, it can have, I've had people tell me, it shot up to their hip, the vibration, or it stayed in the feet. And I did it twice on this person in 6-month intervals up in North Carolina. And she said, Robert, it went up to my shoulders, and then the next time she said it went right out my head.
Is it true that the vibration knows where to go?
Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
It knows. I don't ask what you have,
Right.
HIPAA rules, etc.
Well, and it doesn't, like you say, it
I'm not
doesn't
a doctor.
Right. It doesn't presuppose what you do.
You might want to try to sit there
Okay.
and gather.
I had to put my glasses down.
So, Suzanne, how do you feel?
Good.
Feel like Jello?
A little bit. I am always very tight in my neck and shoulders. I get massages regularly for that. So the first ball that you put on my shoulders,
Which was the smaller one.
I didn't feel much at all.
Correct.
Um,
I can hear it by the tone, but I wanted you to have that experience so you know the difference.
so then when you did it on the lower back one, I could feel that one a lot more and felt it all the way through to my stomach area and below. Then when you switched them, then I could feel the vibrations up at the top, and my neck and shoulders feel more relaxed. I think I need a big bowl at home, but then I have to find somebody to play it for me.
Yes.
So at that point, you had moved the medium-sized
when
bowl
he
up,
switched them.
up
Yep.
to her neck, and then brought in a larger bowl even to put on her lumbar region,
This bowl here is the A note,
which corresponds to,
your third eye.
okay.
But it's all about the frequency of everybody's body. It's a little bit different. So the A is a very good note to play on a person. And the way you find your bowl is I play all the bowls I have on you. And you tell me whatever your intention is to help you in your body, whatever problem there might be. What happens is that I play about a dozen bowls on you at various times and ask you, where is it going? And then you'll say, that's my bowl. Oh my God, that's my bowl, because it's doing whatever it needs for your
Now,
expectation.
so the question is, and this is my question then, is it when your body's telling you that's my bowl, is that where you're feeling the most discomfort that needs to be cleared, or you're feeling the best?
It could be just the sound,
Okay.
or it's the strongest going into your body.
Okay.
And it's getting right to that area where it's going to. A retired nurse, I was teaching a bowl class, Finding Your Spirit Tone Bowl, many years ago, down in Naples. She acquired her bowl. It was about an 8-inch bowl. She came back 2 months later and she goes, remember me? I bought a bowl from you. And I was doing a concert that day. And I said, yes, I do remember you. And she says, I put it on my heart. And she goes, I propped myself with a pillow, like you had told me, but I didn't know if she had a condition or anything. We never spoke about it. She plays it on her heart, above her heart, and she says, I've had a fib, and it puts my heart back in sync. I don't have to take medication.
Wow.
There you go.
She's a retired nurse.
She
So
knows.
she found something. She knows what medicine can do.
Right.
And she goes, I don't want to take medicine. And she found this tool. And that when she has that opportunity, she plays it. And it relaxes the heart muscle, whatever it is. If it's stressed or whatever the condition may be.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
So,
well, we could probably be here all day and talk about bowls, but I'm going to be the bad guy and have to wrap this up. The possibilities are endless with the use of these healing bowls. So, Robert, how do people get a hold of you?
You can call me on my cell phone,
which is
941-822-9046, or the home phone at 941-475-2187. My secretary will answer the phone, and that's my mother, who's 102, and she performs with concerts with me.
We may have to just come back and get her life story as an episode, because 102, she's got to have some stories of her own.
Amazing.
That's right. You could be doing a little concert in the background, and we'll be talking to your mother. I think that's a fabulous idea.
No, I think she should play.
Or she can play too.
Yeah.
She can play because she loves that.
Well, this has been amazing.
And you do have a website.
The website is crystalbowlsoundhealer.com.
Very good.
And of course, we'll link all of that in the comment section of the videos and the podcast, so people don't have to write it down while they're listening. They can go back and look at it.
And my email would be there too to contact me.
All right. And Suzanne, why don't you give your contact information while you're over there, and you and I are going to switch places so that you can do all the technical.
I'm Suzanne with Discount Med Direct. You can reach me at 941-421-7155. My address is 2414 Tamiami Trail, Unit 1 in Port Charlotte. You can get us at info@healthsupercharge.com. We have a Facebook page that is Supercharge Your Health. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
And we're going to switch places real quick because I don't know any of the technical stuff. Beth Annie Stockdale, Your Total Body Wellness Center, 800 East Venice Avenue, Suite C, here in Venice, Florida, 34285. You can call me, text me, 941-468-7091. And once again, I want to thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste to both of you.
And our goal for you is to be well, feel well, and stay well.